start the coffee. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for inviting me.
Alright. Oh man. Making a YouTube channel is hard.
It is hard. But remember, it's our first one, so it'll only get better from here.
I know, yeah. Or worse. Who knows? Yeah. Number one, how do you get started on cosplay? She's the cosplay expert. And so it's awesome to have you here.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
How did you get started?
So it was 2012, and Avengers came out, and my group of friends that play D&D together, we all fell in love with it, and we're like, let's do the Avengers for Comic-Con. I fell in love with Loki.
Oh.
So I said I'd be Loki, and everybody else picked a character, and I looked at the timeline. It came on May 4th. Comic-Con that year was like always middle of July.
Yeah.
So we had a month and a half to make all of our costumes.
Which is not a lot of time, mind you.
It is not a lot of time.
Not a lot of time.
I made
Ooh.
my first Loki horns, and
awesome.
they were, yeah, you should wear my hat.
So
These are my first that I did.
this is how I first met her. She was Loki.
Yeah.
And that, you know, we met, whose party was it?
And Justine's party.
I had a picture with Thor. Who's the baby Thor?
Oh, that was Kate's daughter. And I was like, oh my god, that looks like Zod. Like, you had such a great costume.
There's a lot of...
For somebody's house that you've never been to before.
And that was your first...
That was my first
Experience.
Comic-Con experience, yeah. Something like this. The movie had just come out. There was nothing on the internet.
Google is your best friend.
Oh, absolutely,
Like
yeah.
Because you can find anything online.
After people had done it, after it had been a while, then yeah, people were putting on tutorials like, this is how I made it. And his scepter, which I still haven't made. Maybe one day I'll make a Loki scepter.
You
But
should. Next episode.
Yeah.
Cool. How'd you make these, by the way? Like, what did you use?
Yeah, these are made from, this is funny, the horn part actually is a heart wreath, right? It's a heart, and then I just snapped it, because it had a seam down these ends here. And so this is like, you buy it at Joann's,
Nice.
and you would put flowers on it, or
Joann's is a store that...
fabric and craft needs. Yeah, and then the tips of it are insulation foam that you can get at Home Depot. The base of it is Wonderflex. It's like a thermoplastic. You heat it. Yeah, go for it. You heat it, and you can meld it to your skin then. So I had a cantaloupe, and and so,
Of course.
right?
Cosplay for you.
Or it might have been a watermelon, but I heated, I cut out the pattern, I heated it, and then I wrapped it around the cantaloupe or watermelon to cool. And then I put some just like regular foam on the inside because it sits on my forehead. I forget that I'm wearing them, and I hit my head on it.
Oh.
Getting in and out of cars.
The hazards of cosplay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Let's break it down into 5 easy steps. 5 steps to get into cosplay. And I don't know, I'll put sound and effects here. 5 steps of getting your... 5 steps. We're going to break it down into 5 steps to how to start your cosplay.
Great.
Number 1.
Choose your character.
Choose your character.
Yeah. It should be somebody you love, somebody you're really excited.
And it doesn't have to be from a comic book.
No.
It can be from a movie, it can be from a cartoon, it can be from an obscure reference.
Right, and you can even do it in the style of, doesn't have to be exactly like the movie or the comic book or whatever. Maybe you see somebody's fan art of a certain character, you can totally do that. You can make your own interpretation of the character. You can...
Right.
Maybe you want to do like a 1920s Loki, and you can do that. You can do whatever you want.
Number 2.
Resources?
Resources, yes. So down here you would have time. Here you have
Money.
dinero,
Money.
right? Mula, yens. And here you have
Scope. Quality.
you have Q, which is for quality. So if you're starting now, try not to go for the Iron Man suit with that, lights up and closes by itself and has the Jarvis voice and everything.
But you have to be realistic about everything, right? You got to be realistic about your scope with your money and your time and what quality you want to get out of it.
But my favorite place to go is Army surplus stores. Thrift stores are great. Goodwill, excellent. The back of your closet is also a great place.
Remember your resources, right?
Yes.
Your time, your money, and the scope of your costume is going to determine your quality. Yeah.
Say back of your closet, man. It's the best place. Number 3, props.
Dang it. As I step on a prop.
So, number 3, props. It enhances your cosplaying experience.
It absolutely does.
Yeah. And you have here a bat.
That's the other thing about props is like this is a foam bat that I found
It's
on.
a little hard.
Well, because I sealed it.
Yeah.
This is something you need to think about when you're making props is to check the rules of the convention you are going to and see if they allow
Very important.
real bats. What kind of weaponry do you have to have? Like the orange, I think.
Little tip in front of the guns.
Yeah,
and
so that
things
they
like
know
that.
it's not real.
Right.
We did the Batgirls right after I think somebody brought like a real weapon to one of the conventions, and so bats were banned. If you've never read the DC Bombshells, I highly recommend reading the DC Bombshells. But they have this Batgirl and bat, which I drew on there, and then I added a bat in the. So.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of back closet, going to LA for a comic convention, and I didn't have a costume. But I am bald, and I had a gray suit, and I had a ring, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I can just draw a scar, and I can be Dr. Evil. But I needed something else. I needed a prop. So I had a stuffed animal. Is that what you call it? Stuffed toy? I just glued a laser beam to the top of the shark's head. So a freaking... Number 4. Teamwork. Ooh, that's quite fun.
This is my favorite actually. I love working on costumes with people. I always say it takes a village to bring a costume to life.
That's true. And here you have your village idiot. We went as Judge Dredd, the universe of Judge Dredd, and I was Judge Death.
I was Judge Anderson, and our friend Jeff was the title character, Judge Dredd.
So she made this awesome prop.
Shoulder.
Yeah.
Here's Judge Death.
Oh yeah.
That's really
It's
cool.
Warbler.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of Warbler.
Teamwork. So get your friends together. Call your friends. See if they want to join you and be a team. Last time I went as Indiana Jones, which is a very easy to put together costume. In fact, hold that thought. See, that's what I mean. So this is just sitting in the back of my closet. This too. Anyway, got this in Africa. It's real.
It's real.
Yeah, what was your most memorable cosplay?
Yeah, I was at a panel last year at Comic-Con, and I was waiting for this really cool art concepts for costumes. These are the guys and women that, you know, the costume designer will say, this is what I'm thinking, they'll draw it up. I'm sitting at this panel, I'm dressed as Supergirl's mom from the TV show Supergirl. I was like, oh my god, I gotta do this costume. My friend's daughter was gonna be Supergirl, so I found all the fabric for it, and we made this costume, and I'm sitting at this panel, and this guy starts talking about how he had just worked on Supergirl, and he looks over at me, and he stops mid-sentence, and he's like, oh my god, I designed that costume. And he goes on talking about how he had these goals in life, these dreams, and one of them was to come to Comic, and another one was to meet somebody in costume of one that he had designed, and there I was, and he's like crying, and I'm crying because this is like, this never has ever happened to me before. And he's talking about how they just took 2 dresses and sewed them together and did that, and I spent way more money and time making mine than they did making theirs.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's one of the most memorable.
That's amazing.
Experiences I've ever had wearing a costume.
Number 5.
Where to go?
Where to go? Where do you get this stuff?
Goodwill, thrift shops, your closet, craft stores. Amazon's really good.
The back of your closet is great for me. Thrift store, Army surplus store.
Right, lots of places.
Now, where do you go? you can go to comic conventions.
Halloween parties.
If you want to start easy and this is your first cosplaying, go to a Halloween party and then Google comic conventions. I'm sure there will be one near your home.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's definitely going to be conventions near you to do it.
I mean, Vegas, you got the Star Trek convention.
I want to go to that one year.
I've been there by accident once.
Really?
Yeah.
By accident?
Well, I walked in.
I just imagine you just accidentally like, wow.
It was like, 15 years ago, I just walked in and was like, oh, Klingons.
That's a silent Klingon movie.
Yeah. a lot of this. A lot of this. A lot of this.
Now I want that to happen. I wanted a silent Klingon.
Yeah. Silent black and white Klingon movie.
I'm 100%.
And then the Klingon writing comes up, and then the translation on the bottom. If anybody's watching this, email us.
We're in. We're 100% in.
Silent black and white Klingon movie. Let's do it. All right. So with that being said, let's do that.
Okay.
All right. So right now we're gonna show you. We're going to put into practice these 5 rules of basic cosplay.
So number 1, we're going to pick a character. So who's our character?
I'm really into the Joker and the Batman and that whole DC universe. The comic book ones. Let's raid my closet and raid Annie's purse and see what we can come up. And we're going to use the 5 rules to
so we've done 1 rule. We've done the Joker.
We're number 1.
Joker.
We picked the Joker.
So
number
now
2
is our resources. So we're gonna go to the closet. We're gonna go to my purse, and
prop.
Well, we'll think about the prop. We'll think about the props.
Okay, so
we'll
the
get back to
props.
the props.
4 teamwork.
We already.
Yeah. And where to go? We're gonna do it right here.
For you guys.
All right. Let's go.
Okay.
They're making a new He-Man movie. So this is going to be the new He-Man. Is this confirmed? What's the name of the actor?
His name is Noah Centineo. Yeah, he's confirmed in Variety on March 20th that he will play He-Man and Masters of the Universe.
This is like the talk you get if you stay through the credits. This is what you get.